steps, I'm wall running for the flex. Pete told me I was next. I'm coming for next, it really isn't no question. Only superheroes in this section.
Ladies and gentlemen, I had to officially, before we even start this video, feast your eyes, people. Feast your went to Five Below yesterday. Got an official Marvel's What If shirt. You see the Watcher doing his pose. You see Peggy. You see Captain Carter. Captain Carter is the correct pronouns. And of course the Wizard. He's not gonna know any of this because he's an anime. But Marvel. Yes, you're the anime wizard.
Who don't know Marvel?
Okay, I'm not saying you don't know Marvel. I'm just simply saying that. Oh my goodness! What if the Wizard is really in the Marvel universe? What if?
The Wizard is in all forms. The Wizard exists in all canons. I ain't called the Shadow Man for nothing. I'm everywhere.
I'm gonna be the Watcher right now.
You are the man who sees everything. So am I. I am the Watcher of the Watcher. Who watches the Watchman? That is me.
That's literally impossible. You cannot watch someone who's already the Watcher. That's impossible. But neither here nor there, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. Tonight, you already see, I had to rep this because I just bought this shirt. It's very comfortable. I really like this shirt. It really connects with me for some reason. I will be wearing this a lot. You'll see this shirt pop up. But we hope you are going to enjoy this video. You see the thumbnail, you see the title. This is a very interesting episode because not a lot of people talk about this. Well, before we get into that, there are affiliate links down below in the description. Bluehost.com, web hosting, web sharing website. Fiverr.com. Use my services on Fiverr if you ever need anything. Quick little services, the freelancing website. Check my services out. Multiverse Comic Box, an online comic book store. Get your comic book on. No one says that, but I'm the dad in the room. But anyway, Just Water affiliate link is down below, and TubeBuddy, YouTube's browser extension down below. Without any more distractions or disruptions, Mr. Wizard, what are we talking about today, man? What are we? Something important.
So once again, we're going into the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse. We are exploring the origins of the Spider-Verse. Because before there was the Sam Raimi movies came out, Marvel was not superhero movies in general were on a slow decline. They were on a slow decline, especially Marvel. Up until there was a whole lot of duds during this era. You had such luminary movies such as Howard the Duck, Elektra, Daredevil, the Hulk, the Fantastic Four, pre-Michael B. Jordan.
Not that one. The original Fantastic Four movies. Those were definitely goated. Those are definitely goated.
There was even a Doctor Strange movie before there was a Doctor Strange movie before there was a Doctor Strange movie. He really is He really is on some multiversal madness.
Yes, absolutely.
Until one movie came along and saved the entire Marvel franchise. Eventually saved what would eventually become the MCU Spider-Verse, and what would eventually become the Sam Raimi Spider-Verse. Raheem, I think you know this movie quite well. I'm gonna let you tell him the unspoken hero, the unsung hero of the Spider-Verse. You could say the savior of the Spider-Verse, if you will.
Mr. Wizard, I do believe I know exactly what you were referring to. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get into why and how even the Blade movies saved and could make the argument that is the direct reason why Marvel is what it is today, leading to the Spider-Verse. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wizard, tonight you are not the anime wizard. Just one night. Tonight, you are the Marvel Wizard. We have anointed you over to our side because this is important. Marvel, the MCU in part, and to be specific, is nothing, would be nothing. The dynasty that it is today, the masterpiece that we all are fathomed to see, would be nothing.
The industry definer.
Exactly. Would be nothing without Blade. Okay, so the Blade movies, and I have the facts pulled up. The Blade movies really saved the MCU in particular because for those of you who do not know, in the late 90s, when did Blade, the first Blade came out, what year? I gotta look up what year because I feel like that's important.
It came out in 1998.
98, late 90s, the first one, 1998. Marvel, during the 90s, was doing really bad in movies, like really bad, right? Comic book wise, everyone knew who Marvel was, but movie wise, they were doing really bad, right? Spider-Man has always done well. Hulk has always done well. Just the Avengers in general have always done well. Just in the comic books, that is, Captain America, all that stuff, right? Thor. But Marvel movies, if you were a 90s kid and you were like, hey guys, I'm gonna go see a Marvel movie, everyone will look at you crazy. Like, are you weird? No one wants to see that poop movie. But now,
like superhero movie, like it wasn't just Marvel movies. It wasn't just Marvel movies. It was also superhero movies as a whole. They were not doing well back then because it was because everything got oversaturated.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all saw Batman and Robin. Y'all saw the nipple Batman. Y'all have seen him. Y'all have seen Catwoman. Y'all have seen Catwoman.
Okay,
y'all have seen Green Lantern.
Wait. Let's not ever discuss that Green Lantern. We only discuss the Hal Jordan Green Lantern. We do not discuss the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern. He shall not.
We don't even acknowledge that Green Lantern. We acknowledge the Justice League. We acknowledge the one from Justice League Unlimited, the black one.
Thank you. Finally, someone who agrees. Finally, we agree on something. That he who should not be named, that Green Lantern. But yes, like you just mentioned, Justice League, yes, absolutely. But
like I said at the top of this video, how many of y'all saw Elektra? How many of y'all saw the first Hulk movie? How many of y'all have seen the original Daredevil, the original Punisher? Have y'all not seen Bullseye?
Just so we're clear, Catwoman, I only like Catwoman for one reason. We're not going to talk about it tonight, but moving on. I thought Catwoman was pretty good. I thought Catwoman was pretty good. Don't you, Mr. Wizard?
No. I refuse to acknowledge that movie's existence.
Well, I don't. It was a huge part, but that's another video for another day. Anyway. Okay, so yes, so Blade, the first Blade came out. There's 3 Blade movies. And the first one came out in 98. Marvel was doing horrible. Like you just said, the Wizard just stated. Superhero movies in general were not good. They weren't the thing, right, in the late 90s. And even just a little bit of early 2000s until Blade literally, and I got the numbers right here. Blade literally made, their budget for the movie was $45 million. They earned a whopping grossing worldwide number of $131 million worldwide. Now, you're thinking, oh, numbers don't matter. It's about the experience. Well, let me just tell you. Actually, Mr. Wizard, please describe to people what Blade's damage, what he can do. The fact that this man kills vampires, huh? Just a little taste of it.
It is his job to hunt those that cannot be hunted. It is his job. He is the one who hunts the hunters. He is the one who keeps that population in check.
Mm-hmm.
That is his task. And people latched on to that. People latched on, like the 90s kids in general, they latched on to anti-heroes. That was the theme of the times. They latch on to anti-heroes, heroes that are morally gray. And Blade was definitely morally gray.
Yes.
Blade was definitely a moral gray area.
And let's just say this was, by the way, for those of you who do not, you see the thumbnail. Blade is black, which means there was a black lead in a Marvel movie. A black man saved and was directly responsible for the MCU. Kevin Feige, you're welcome. On behalf of the What If Series channel, you are welcome. I'm just kidding. Or am I? I'm just kidding. I would like to work with Marvel one day, so I gotta. Yeah, I'm kidding, totally. But no, the direct result of the MCU today is because of the Blade movies. Now, granted, could you make the argument without Blade? Could the Spider-Man movies possibly help with that? Possibly. Could the X-Men movies help with that? Possibly. Could Howard the Duck? Now, Howard the Duck did also do well, so that did help, right? But could it have done it by itself? I'm not saying it isn't.
Let's see that. What if the MCU was entirely based off of Howard the Duck? I want to see that timeline.
That is somewhere over here, sir. That would be funny.
Howard the Duck saving the MCU. Howard the Duck being the linchpin of the MCU. Him being the great savior, the connecting piece to everything. Because let it be known, when Sam Raimi's Spider-Man came out in 2000, that was officially the kickoff point for a new generation of comic book movies. Granted, it still took DC a while to get there. It still took them a while. Catwoman and Green Lantern came out in the early 2000s. Heck, it even took Marvel a while to get there. Let us never forget Ghost Rider. Let us never forget Nick Cage's Ghost Rider. It still took them a while to get there.
Sure.
But Sam Raimi's Spider-Man I believe was responsible for that wave of superhero movies that became part of the cultural norm.
Absolutely.
Like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy led to the Dark Knight trilogy, which was DC's crowning point, and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man led to the Iron Man movie, the linchpin of the MCU.
A lot of pivotal points.
Granted, they still don't acknowledge the Hulk movie. Granted, they still don't acknowledge the Hulk movie that came out that same year.
That's honestly funny because I actually like.
Even though it is a part of the MCU, it has their logo on it.
Yeah, the Hulk movie. Just real quick, I actually, as far as raging is concerned, I would actually pick that Hulk as like when he was on the university and he like broke out at the university. And he did that like roar with a thunder at the same time. As an 8-year-old kid, 2008, that scared the ever-living daylights out of me. I did not grow up with that Hulk. That was very terrifying. At 8. Now I'm like, oh, that's really cool. But at 8, bro, I had nightmares about that roar. That singular roar by Hulk I was like, oh my gosh. It wasn't like now. Now it's like, oh, it's the Hulk. Back then it was like, oh, that's the Hulk. We need to.
Like they treated him like they did treat him like a monster in that movie. Really they still this is gonna be sidetracking a bit. Like during the movie, like before they full on show the Hulk, they just show him in silhouette and and you only hear his grunting and you only see his shadows.
Bro.
Then you finally hear him say, "Leave me alone."
and you can hear like the smoke. You can see him breathing through the smoke. I was like, this is Black Air Force activity. This dude.
Yeah.
And then he threw that tank. That's we gotta do a separate video. Sorry. Okay. So I was gonna say there's a lot of pivotal points in the MCU. I'll just backtrack from the Hulk movie, right? Which I don't want to say it mattered, but I mean it was there. So
it didn't.
The Iron Man movie was the first one, and it did really well, right? So there's that. Then before you had
saved Robert Downey Jr.'s career.
Really did, and even Robert Downey Jr. acknowledges that. Then you had the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, Tobey Maguire, which we will talk about. Then you had
oh yeah.
What's that scene where he was like in the club? He was like, "Showtime."
Him just dancing with Gwen Stacy. And just dancing with Gwen Stacy right there.
Oh, that's
you know what?
Video.
Yeah.
Let's save that for another video because I want to get into that. But
how'd that get in there?
How did that get in there? This is the What If series. But no, and then before that, the 2003 Hulk, right? Was that Sony?
I thought that was 90.
No.
I don't know who owned that one.
I don't either. But that one, that was in 2003. I do remember that.
Yeah, the one with the dog, the one with the Hulk dogs.
Yes, the Hulk dogs.
Y'all get on Hulk CGI now. Go look at it back then. Go look at those dogs back then.
Those freaking dogs. It's just like they look like really buff chipmunks. Like they just look like really buff.
Oh dear God. Buff chipmunks. Where's that? Where? Ooh. You know what? What if the MCU and Alvin the Chipmunks were in the same verse? Get on that one. Get on that one.
And then they were just like,
get on really that small. One, Kevin Feige. Yeah, get on that one, Kevin Feige. I dare you.
Oh, 2003 Hulk was Universal Pictures, Marvel Studios, Valhalla Motion Pictures, and Good Machine. But Marvel Studios was a part of it. I don't think it was the MCU in particular. I think it was just Marvel Studios. But really, Universal Pictures was its like official thing. Wait.
I'm curious.
No, that's impossible.
Huh?
No, because okay, it's not part of the MCU. Okay, good. It's a part of Universal Studios, like I just said. Okay. And then before the Hulk, then of course, but the main entree of this episode, Blade 1998, a Marvel movie doing well in the 90s. Gen Z kids would never know, even though we're both Gen Z, but like we're on the older side of it, really. We actually remember iCarly. Yeah, we actually remember the Fantastic Four before Michael B.
To be fair,
to be fair,
I didn't watch iCarly until I was about a teenager.
It's fine. It doesn't the reruns. At least you watched it. But we actually remember the Fantastic Four before Michael B. Jordan. I remember looking up. As a kid, I actually had at 5 years old, I had the Fantastic Four ship, and it could like break into like three different, the ship. It can break into three different parts, and I had that. And I remember I used to play with it every day, bro, every day. So I was a huge Marvel person.
Like I remember I'm pretty sure I had a Thing action figure, and even back then I was thinking, how is this man useful? He's made out of rocks. He is made out of rocks.
It's crazy how 15 years later, you could still ask the same question.
Yes. How is he useful? The dude is made out of rocks.
Mr. Wizard.
You know what? That's for another video. That's for another video. Why is the thing useful?
Mr. Wizard at 5.
Yeah, we're from that older, but yeah, we're from that older generation. We remember the Star Wars prequel trilogy. We're those kinds of elders.
Mr. Wizard at 5 years old. How is he made out of rocks? Mr. Wizard at 19. How is he made out of rocks?
Why is he useful?
But yeah, the Blade movie did really, and this is why people are, just so you know, Blade's superpower, like you just stated, his responsibility is hunting the hunters, vampires. He's literally responsible for killing vampires. That's his whole mission. That's his whole job. Now, granted, I've actually only seen parts of the first one. I haven't seen Blade 2 or Blade. Apparently, the second and the third one didn't do as well as the first two.
I have not seen any of them.
Yeah, I've only because my dad talks a lot about it. But that's the Blade being like a number one. That's like one of his favorite. But Blade, because Marvel was about to go into bankruptcy. It really was. Somebody posted on Twitter. It says, I don't have Twitter, I'm just reading on the article. Without Blade, we would have never gotten the MCU. Blade saved Marvel from bankruptcy. Blade was the first successful Marvel movie ever made, the foundation of our Marvel movies now. Wesley Snipes gave his all. Okay, yeah, Wesley Snipes played Blade in that movie and definitely saved created Wesley Snipes' career. But also, Blade, and did I mention that the lead for Blade was black? Let me just get closer. A black man saved the MCU and is directly responsible for the MCU today as it is today.
Y'all need to give him some credit.
Listen to me. Endgame, Blade. Infinity War, Blade. Iron Man, Blade. Eternals, Blade. Spider-Man, Blade.
I constantly talk about how Black Panther, the Black Panther movie, no matter what people think of it, it is rest in peace Chadwick Boseman. It is an important superhero movie. It is an important superhero movie for the Black community because now they got a superhero that looks like them.
Exactly.
But you know what? I'm giving Blade some credit. I'm going to give Blade some credit. Marvel, y'all better promote this man.
Hey, I think our DC World had a video about how Marvel doesn't give Blade so much respect. Because they really don't.
Put some respect on this man.
They really do.
Put some respect on this man. Y'all don't stop getting paper because of him.
They want to give Iron Man the respect, Tony Stark. I was like, okay, yeah, the movie did great, but let's be real. Iron Man is not let's be real. I remember going to the movie theater to go see Iron Man, the first one, the second one, the third one. I remember at 8 years old going to go see that. But at 8, that wasn't my first experience of going to see a Marvel movie. You want to know what my first experience was? Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. That was the first time I went to go to a movie theater to see a Marvel movie. I was 7 years old, which is a year before, ironically. 7 years old to first see a Marvel movie in theaters. The only movies I saw Marvel were already on TV, like Fantastic Four. I saw it on like TNT or something. Blade, same deal, right? DVD. Back when Blockbuster was still out. You probably don't. I remember Blockbuster was out. It was like the later days, but I remember going to Blockbuster with my dad and brother. I actually do remember that. They still had those. That's crazy. They still had Blockbuster when I was like,
Mr. Raheem, your boomer is showing. Your boomer is showing.
Careful. I'm just saying, bro. Like, I remember they had like Blockbuster was like the thing. Like, if you went to Blockbuster, you had a good time.
I don't even remember going to Blockbuster. I remember Redbox more than I remember Blockbuster.
But yeah, bro, like that was wow. But
Like to this day, I still have not seen any of the Iron Man movies. I've still never seen any of them all the way through.
wait, hold up. This
Team Cap for life. Team Cap for life. Yeah. Go ahead and leave. Go ahead and leave. Yeah. Sit down.
do my ears deceive me?
Yes. No, they don't. I have not seen any of the. I have not seen any Iron Man movie all the way through.
You just said two horrendous statements.
I've seen like the last hour of 3. I've seen the last hour of Iron Man 3.
Hold on. You said two disturbing statements just now. The first one, which I won't repeat.
What?
But the second one, did you just say Team Cap all day?
Yes. Team Cap for life. I like Cap as a character way more than, well, not way more. I like him more as a character than I like Tony.
Okay.
And that is a hill I will die on. That is a hill I will die on. I will fight the entire Marvel community all at once.
Let's go then. We waiting for you. Let's go. Come on.
Hold on, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9. Hold on.
Bro, Team Cap. Okay, I understand why. But wait a minute. This might be another video.
Want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
This man.
Let's get nuts.
Brought up back. Wrong universe. You're in. That's DC. You're supposed to bring something more. You can't be Batman, bro. That's the wrong universe. It's a Marvel Knight.
Hold on.
Yeah, go back to your Warner Brothers.
Y'all want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
What is that?
A Batman mask.
This is not the DC universe, Mr. Wizard. This is Marvel MCU.
Yes, I am Team Cap for life.
This man,
you know what? That's the next video. I'm claiming that now. That's the next video.
This man brought. Do you not get? You have a Marvel shirt on. Why would you bring DC?
There was a DC versus Marvel comics. There was a DC versus Marvel comics. The only reason they're not willing to do it now is because of pride.
Yes, but that's not this episode. You brought a bat mask and bat. You are not Batman. You are Marvel Man. You can't be.
I am the Shadow Man. I am the Shadow Man. I watch all of the universes. No, I am the unifying force to all of them.
I am the Watcher. I am the Watcher tonight. Therefore, I watch everything.
I now see the problems of the universe, Raheem. You want to know what it is?
What's the problem?
Too many timelines. Too many multiverses.
And whose fault is that?
The gods.
No, it's Master Order and Lord Chaos. As we
they did not create. No, check out that last video. We rambling. We get real off topic. Next episode, I will defend why I am Team Cap for life. I will defend that. I will fight the entire MCU audience. I do not care.
You haven't seen any of the Iron Man movies?
Not all the way through.
Do you know how much important information you missed in all 3 of them?
Like, I know the context. Like, I know the kid from Iron Man 3 is important. I know Iron Man 2 sets up his PTSD and all of his need to build a suit of armor around the world. I understand that. Also, it sets up the Avenger stuff because Black Widow is in it.
Do you at least remember the famous line from the Iron Man movie?
I am Iron Man.
Thank goodness. I was about to question you. Thank goodness. That's literally the most. If anything, if you don't get anything else, please get that scene. Wait, let me ask. This is gonna be funny. Let me ask you something. Who played Rhodey in the first Iron Man?
Was it? All right. I know it's not the same actor. I know it's not. I don't know his name though. Was it Was it Lance Reddick or something? Was that who that was?
No.
Like I know it's a different. I know they changed him out like they changed the Hulk. I know they changed them out.
I'm sorry.
Because I saw bits and pieces of the first Iron Man movie.
You were like, who's this light-skinned dude playing Rhodey?
Also, I remember Iron Man 2 because of the Mandarin. Because I saw the stuff with the Mandarin.
He was in Iron Man 3.
Sorry, Iron Man 3. Oh yeah, Iron Man 2 was that whip dude.
What's his name? Was it Whiplash?
Yeah, Whiplash.
He was Whiplash. I think he's dead. Is he dead?
Yeah,
he got blew up.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, like that's the main reason why I remember Iron Man 3 because everybody was pissed about the Mandarin.
Yeah,
the truth is, I am the Mandarin. Not exactly, but it's complicated. I'm an actor.
The fact that they used him in Shang-Chi again was amazing. But Blade. Blade.
Yeah.
Mr. Wizard.
Tie it back to Blade because we went really off topic.
Mr. Wizard, I'm gonna get on you for not seeing Iron Man. But the Blade, yes, Blade was directly responsible for the MCU success, movie success today. Marvel was already big. Marvel, obviously, because that's like, when I was growing up, that's probably why I like Marvel, because that's probably why I like Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's Fantastic Four. That's probably why I like the X-Men. Actually, before Iron Man, I loved the X-Men. Actually, it was my first introduction to Marvel, just so you know. Were the X-Men? What?
The one other thing you finna get on me for. What? The only X-Men movies that I have seen, aside from Logan, were like The Last Stand, like where they first killed off Jean Grey, and Apocalypse. Those were the only two X-Men movies I've ever seen out besides and Dark Phoenix. I saw Dark Phoenix. I've only seen the bad ones.
I've
only seen the bad ones and Logan.
I'd have hit you. Good and well you did not say Dark Phoenix. Oh, I'd have hit you.
I saw Dark Phoenix. That movie sucked.
That movie
sucked.
That movie was boo-boo. Yes. I can't. You got to see the first X-Men, of course. You got to see First Class. You got to see. What's the 2009 one? Is it Origins? X-Men Origins. You got to see that.
Oh wait, I saw X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Okay.
Like I said, I've only seen the bad ones.
That one was good, but it's just the CGI. That's what I have a problem with. The CGI is what I have a problem with. That's all. I like the movie, but the CGI.
Well, you don't have a problem with it? You don't have a problem with Weapon 11, Deadpool Weapon 11? No, that they had to make 3 movies to make sure that he doesn't exist.
It's just that Wolverine cutting the helicopter, repellers in the slow motion. I was like, come on, bro. Come on. Like, the CGI. But anyway, Blade, and I like Blade because from what I remember, it's been a while, like literally since like probably the late 2000s I last saw the Blade movie. The first one was, like you said, he's an anti-hero, right? He's not necessarily a hero. He's just you in my way.
He's doing his job.
See, you got the shades on, so you can do a better impression. But he does, you're down. Just kills all the vampires. Like this is not the DC universe. This is not Detective Comics. This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe night. Stop mixing timelines. The multiverse is too much. See, you get into that overspace.
You say that while carrying basically a bat. Like,
this is not
basically.
A bat. This is not a. Does this look like a bat to you? Does this look like a bat to you?
It's blending into the background, so I can't tell what it is.
It's not a bat. Look how tiny this thing is. Look.
I know it's just a stick. I know it's a stick. So is a bat. A bat is essentially a stick.
But Batman doesn't carry around a bat. who in the MCU has a stick?
Batman doesn't. Yeah, Batman doesn't carry around a bat either.
Okay, but who in the MCU carries a stick?
I'm pretty sure Shang-Chi did. I don't know.
That's true. He did have a stick. Fine. Well, he's Marvel. Exactly. My point. He's Marvel. This is not Marvel Night. That's the point. You can't mix timeline. So you get into that overspace mindset, that underspace and overspace, and the macroverse and the macroverse and the microverse. Yeah, you can't do that, Mr. Wizard. But more of the story, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, tie this back in before I have a mental breakdown over micro and macro verses, above and below. Go ahead and tie this back to Blade. I'm about to have a breakdown. You can't have it if the universe is infinity spanned. It is expanding for infinity. You can't be above or below infinity. That is impossible.
But looking at how the MCU has grown over the years, Marvel has to acknowledge, the success of Blade. I mean, the whopping grossing number of 131 million for box office. Now, numbers don't matter, like I said earlier, but if not for Blade, well, let me backtrack. Of course, yeah, Iron Man, yeah, started MCU, fine, whatever. Fantastic Four, the X-Men movies, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, the Hulk movie, the 2003 Hulk, and leading all the way back to Father Blade, the godfather of the MCU, essentially. He is the Stan Lee of the movie. Well, nobody's Stan Lee, but because Stan Lee's been doing this since like the 60s, I think. The 50s, probably.
Yeah, the 60s.
Yeah, 60s. So Marvel has obviously been out. They had a 1970s Avengers. Woo! They did my boy Iron Man dirty. Oh, that man was looking like a time capsule, a walking time capsule.
Nice.
I was like, boy, whoo, you got that gas mask on. His line was just like a rectangle, I was like, bro, no. But Blade is the direct result for saving Marvel movies. So when you go to a Marvel movie, think back and just remember, a black man did that. Yeah. I said a black man. A black man is directly responsible for the success of the Marvel movies today. A brother did that. A brother. A man from the mountains of Africa. A man with Negroid descent. I said Negroid.
Shannon Sharp.
But
Shannon Sharp, sharpening a machete, gonna kill some vampires and eat some spaghetti.
What?
What?
I'm going to ignore that last comment. This is the craziest crossover we've ever had. We've talked about DC, Marvel. Yeah, it's the Wizard. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the video. Make sure you go check out Five Below. They're not sponsoring this video, but it'd be nice if they, give a shout out to us. Marvel, also be nice to give us a shout out to. We are huge fans, of course. Watcher, I got to do that. Got to do Watcher post. And yes, I need to give me that shirt. I need like an actual Marvel shirt. But ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned before in the intro, there are affiliate links down below. Mr. Wizard, would you like to promote a product of ours, sir? Or
Y'all know what? You want me to promote? Y'all want me to do them plugs? All right then. Like I said, like we have stated, Blade is responsible for the MCU's creation. But while he's out there slaying vampires, carrying the franchise on his back for the 90s, he's gotta keep, his lips, like they gotta stay, they gonna get dry at some point. They're gonna get dry. Some point cutting up all them vampires. So you know what he's got to do. You know what he has to do at some point. He's got to lube up them lips. To make sure you look clean, to make sure you ain't looking crusty while cutting a vampire's head off, while cutting them down in a club.
Yes, well said, Mr. Wizard. And Vaseline, if you're watching this.
Hold on a second. Just cut down vampires. Hold on a second. Time out. Hold on. I feel it getting chat. Hold on. All right. I'm good to go. Let's go. All right, let's go. You got to make sure you keep them lubed up, folks.
All right, Batman. All right. Batman in the Marvel universe. I don't know where you came from. That's a weird timeline. Just Batman just in the movies.
Yeah.
All right, Batman.
Y'all folks know what y'all need to do. Y'all know what y'all need to do.
Come on now.
Y'all gotta hit that like. I want to see y'all hit that like button. Hit the comments down below. Tell us what more y'all want us to explore. What other universes y'all want us to explore? Who y'all want to see in the What If series? And put some pressure on that notification bell. And be sure to subscribe to the What If series for more content. I hope you enjoyed the show.